Hello, this is Paul from Strands Recommender. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the catalog upload feature from our solution. For this particular example, I'm going to be using some sample XML from one of our existing clients to sort of showcase how a new user would actually go about uploading their product catalog feed. This particular company uses XML, and I've just taken the first couple 10 elements or so from their feed, copied it down to my desktop in a file format. We have more than one way of ingesting catalog feeds, but a simple upload from a desktop will suffice for this example. So I'm going to go ahead and log in to my test account. And if we go to catalog feed, format config, we're going to go to the page that we care about for this demo. So the first thing we need to do is make a decision as to what kind of feed we have. We're just using a generic base style XML. And one of the first questions we'll get is what they call an item name. And if we go back to our feed, that's simply how do we demark one catalog element from the other. In this case, this client has called it entry. So we'll go ahead and go back to our dashboard and just type in entry. The character encoding is UTF, I believe. Yes, according to this XML header, it's UTF-8, so we'll leave that as is. And now we're going to go and look at some of the fields that we're concerned with. First and foremost, we need an identifier, a unique ID for one product versus the other. Looks like they've called that, intuitively enough, ID. So we'll go ahead and populate that. And then the next field we care about is title. And if we look through here, we don't actually, oh, there it is right up top. And of course, intuitively again, same title. We'll go back to this. We're now worried about link, which will actually take us straight to the actual product itself. And it's a little different than what we would think. It's link underscore href, which for anybody who's ever written a link before is just, a hyperlink text. Description, in this particular case, we don't really have one. Oh, excuse me, we do. Description again, we'll just copy that over. Image link is going to be image source, it looks like, because that's basically just a link to the actual image of the product. Next is price, and if we go over here to price, we'll see it's the same thing. And then finally tag. And it doesn't look like this client actually uses tagging. Tags would just basically be, clumps of information to sort of better demonstrate what kind of product exactly we're talking about. So again, if you'll notice right here, it's one of the recommended fields, so it isn't really required. We don't need it per se. But the top three are set in stone: ID, title, link. We need those in order for our system to function properly. So we've done most of our initial mapping. We're going to go ahead and save this. Basically, this is letting us know that these settings will only be effective after the import, and that'll make sense here in a minute. So we're all set. And now it's letting us know the status of the import. Well, we haven't started one, so we get a big question mark. So we're going to come over here to the import settings. Go ahead and click on that. And for this example, we're just going to use the import manually feature. But if you want to come back here after you've actually set your account up, you can actually put in a URL to do it to an actual feed, so we could schedule to do an outbound pull from your system to ours. Rather from our system to yours, and you can schedule that monthly, weekly, hourly, what have you, whatever suits your catalog needs best, depending on how frequently you upload. So we're just going to go ahead and say complete catalog. Going to browse to my desktop where my feed XML file is, and then we're off to the races. We're going to go ahead and upload that. Okay, looks like it's your catalog import has scheduled successfully, and we're going to go ahead and go to the summary afterwards, and it's just going to let us know what's happening with it. So it's actually in the process of loading it up. It's a batch process. It runs in the background, so we'll probably come back to this here in a minute, and it'll actually be completed. So once you've actually made it this far, you have completed the first step of implementing the Strands Recommender software, which is to import your catalog. Moving forward, there's obviously much more detail, many other ways to do this, and you can look at the documentation for exactly how to do this. This was just supposed to be an initial demo. Thank you for listening.